expanded because I thought from an installation standpoint we were able to get, let's say, 80% of it installed through the spring and summer install. But obviously, as we started losing quarterbacks, we pretty much condensed everything because you have to do what they're capable of getting accomplished. And obviously, the last 6 games with Sean Petty playing quarterback, we really narrowed things down and kind of we went from a no-huddle offense to huddle, and we had to adjust. So I think now the positive is we've got 4 or 5 guys back there that have experience in the system. I know with Perry and Caleb and CJ have game experience, and Carlo Young being available for us and having gone through it this spring, we've got some guys that have a pretty good understanding of the system.
How much better can your offense be if CJ's the guy all through the season versus the chaos of last year?
Well, I think just having some continuity back there, we can be a better offense. I think being in the second year in terms of, this was the 3rd different offense these guys have been through in 3 years, and this is the first time for most of these guys that they've been in the same system 2 years in a row. So I welcome the improvement that I expect.
How much better can Stefan be to have consistent quarterback on the bottom?
Well, I think that not just Stefan, but all these guys will benefit from having some continuity at the quarterback position. It's the one position, along with the offensive line, where you like to have a guy. And right now, CJ has the ability to line up as our starter.
Biggest challenge for a guy like CJ, who's been away from live snaps in games for an entire calendar year. What's the biggest challenge in getting him up to speed for all this stuff?
Well, I think the tough part for him will be when he gets his first live competition, which will be in games, and when the bullets fly live, because obviously we'll do the things you need to do with a quarterback to protect them injury-wise through camp. But I think he's done a great job. Last spring was able to get involved in the passing game some with limited practice. He's thrown all summer long and he's made the improvements. So I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Where have you seen CJ make strides? Where have you seen him?
Well, I think obviously the mechanics things, the things that we really focused on from the time I've gotten here. We're focusing on just the fundamentals and the mechanics of throwing football.
Stefan had such an incredible freshman year. Did he even do some things that surprised you that you didn't expect he was capable of doing?
No, I just think being able to handle the pressure of coming in with so much fanfare and being able to live up to those expectations somewhat. Obviously we didn't win a bunch of games, so the individual part of it gets kind of lost there. But I thought for him coming in and being able to live up to it and be the productive player that we recruited, and I also think that him being a competitor, I was really impressed with the way he went out and competed every game.
How can he take his game to another level this year?
The big thing we've challenged him to do is to learn to play without the football, doing all the little things, blocking, releases, all the things to be a complete wide receiver and not just a playmaker in terms of catching the football.
Coach, how important has it been for Brandon and Albert to get split carries in summer and leading up with Wes not being in this season? I mean, how much are you expecting out of those two?
Well, in this day and age, one guy being the guy carrying the load, it just isn't what you see. And I think both those guys are very capable as they were last year. Albert started some games for us early in the year. Brandon finished off the year as a starter. So I think they both are very capable and have done the things, the past 8-9 months to put themselves in position to go out and compete. We're looking forward to seeing what they can do once we get out there and practice.
Challenges facing the offensive line as they gel, as they try to, get a solid 5 out there.
Well, I think the big thing is, and again, being in the same system 2 years in a row. I think, obviously throwing some young players to the fire like we had to do last year. I think those guys will be better just in general because it's the second year through. They did the things in the off season to get stronger, bigger, and that's the one position where you typically don't like to play young guys because you just can't match up with the physicalness that happens in the trenches. And those guys have really forced their maturation a little bit.